Notre Dame has lost 45% of its receiving production here to the transfer portal. We got to talk about it and where they go from here right after the stinger. It's Felix Sharpe at Sharpe Review on Twitter for CampusToCan.com. I appreciate you guys' support the last couple of days and weeks. It's been outstanding. I want to keep it going. CampusToCan.com. We are driving the bus for the college fantasy format, and thank you. I appreciate it. I now have the ambitious goal. I don't know if we can get there, but I want to get to 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm going to keep posting the videos. You like the video, like this one, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep posting content. We're about 800 away. Can you help me get there? It's just you and I. We're not supported by Fox, NBC, some big company out there. We're an independent brand trying to grow the game of college fantasy sports. So go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the website if you haven't already. I'll put a link in the description box. So Notre Dame is losing 45% of its receiving production from its last season. Tobias Merriweather, Braylon James, Holden Stays, Chris Tyree all enter the transfer portal. That's 83 receptions for just over 1,300 yards receiving. This is a mass exodus, and I don't know if you're a Notre Dame fan, if you're worried. I look at this team. Tobias Merriweather been there for 2 years. Rico Flores Jr., he led the team in receptions amongst wide receivers as a true freshman. I mean, that's somebody that you absolutely want to hold on to. Now, Jaden Greathouse was the guy who kind of got a lot of notoriety coming out of Texas high school football there, kind of built like a tight end. But it's Rico Flores Jr. who was producing on the field, again, leading the team in receptions amongst wide receivers. So where does he land? Rico Flores Jr. played at Folsom with Austin Mack, quarterback Austin Mack, who reclassified, is now at Washington, and Ontario Smith's son there at Folsom. Yes, Ontario Smith of the Minnesota Vikings, if you remember you remember if you were there. But this is a team that passed under 3,000 passing yards this year with Sam Hartman at the helm. And if I'm a wide receiver, I'm like, where is this offense headed next season? You got Kenny Minchey, you got Steve Angeli. Kenny Minchey is going to be in his second year next year, a player that, we liked well enough. But the reports have been is that Notre Dame is in the running for Riley Leonard, Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. If Riley Leonard comes into the fold, I think that the running game would be a focus, especially in neutral game scripts. I mean, one of the things that Riley Leonard brings to the table is his outstanding legs. Moving into next season, Audric Estime, if he comes back, is going to be a focus. And even if he doesn't, Jeremiah Love is a player that we are very, very high on. So the running game would likely continue to be a focus of the offense. And if you're a wide receiver, you might not be getting a whole lot of receptions. Those guys are going to have, options, especially Chris Tyree, who is the fastest man in he's in his third year or fourth year. Was that the 2020 opening where he was the fastest man? Chris Tyree, former running back who's now playing wide receiver. So how does Notre Dame fill this hole? You got tomorrow's going to be crazy, but you got a lot of guys in the transfer portal already, especially some players that are probably going to try to go from G5 to Power 5 football to make a name for themselves. We saw that last year with Devontae Walker. We saw it the year prior with, who's the Akron wide, Kanate Mumfield, who went from Akron to Pitt. I mean, we're going to see moves like that. Guys in the transfer portal already right now today, as I record this, Cullen Lacey from South Alabama. Excellent football player. He could be looking to make a jump to the Power 5 level. Tyron Smith from UTEP. He could be looking to make a jump to the Power 5 level, just like another G5 Texas wide receiver in Jacob Cowing, who was Jacob Cowing at UTSA or UTEP? I can't remember. Before he went to Arizona. That's the type of player that I think Notre Dame is going to have to pull in if they don't. But if you look in-house, Eli Raanan is one of my favorite players in college football. And if you aren't a Notre Dame fan, you probably don't know that name. Eli Raanan, coming out 2 years ago, was one of the more physical players. Tight end was one of the more physical players in the class. He legitimately runs like Rob Gronkowski after the catch. The problem is that he's dealt with season-ending injuries the last 2 consecutive seasons, dating back to his high school career. But he has recovered. He has been on the field this season. Can he stay healthy and be another added weapon at that tight end position? We know that Notre Dame loves to use that tight end position. I don't know. If you're a Notre Dame fan, how do you feel about losing all of these wide receivers? Are you still hopeful? Do you have, is there something that I'm missing here as to why this shouldn't be particularly scary for you if you are a Fighting Irish fan? Let me know in the comments what you think. I appreciate you liking the video. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. All right. Peace.